did not have enough? Let's go to task 9. Create and use a logical volume. Fun or not? Cool. Requirements are, let's get this ready. Create a playbook called home DevOps Ansible LVM.yaml that runs on all managed hosts that does the following. In my case, I'm going to run it only on server A again, just because makes things slightly easier for me. But I hope in the exam they don't require you to run it in all hosts. But if they do, you have to. Create a logical volume like this. The logical volume is created in the research volume group. In your exam, the research volume group already exists. So if you're doing this in your test lab, make sure that the volume, the VG called research already exists. So many people failed not the exam, but the practice, the prep, because they don't know this. So in the exam, the research volume group already exists. So the volume group already exists in the exam. So that's one kind of a prerequisite. So in the exam, the research volume group already exists. So don't have to build that, create it in the playbook itself. Logic volume size, it's data. Logic volume size, it's 300 megabytes. Format the logical volume with ext4. The required local volume should not be if the requested. Now this is the tough part. If the requested logical volume size cannot be created, an error message could not create a logical volume message should be displayed, and the 800 megabytes should be used instead. This is the tough part. Until here it's fine, but this is the kind of the tough part. If the volume resource does not exist, an error message with volume group not exists should be displayed. This does not mount the logical volume whatsoever. Do not mount it, which makes our lives easier. This is easy. The easy part. This is the tough part. Okay. In the exam, the research VG already exists. Okay. Okay, let's do this. In my case, it's going to be run on server A only for eval testing, but in the exam, they should run whatever machines they want you to run. So this is the playbook. Of course, I'm going to show you in practice and I'm going to apply it, of course. So let's jump into there. So let's use VI instead of cat. So step by step, let's logical volume check and config, whatever, give it the name, whatever, blah. Server A, in the exam, you should run on all, okay? All, okay? Ignore errors, yes. This is going to allow the whole playbook to run without stopping. The errors are there. We can see the errors. We can use the errors to our advantage, but the playbook does not stop there. We just go through and you can deal with the errors ourselves. LV size in this case, it's 1500 megabytes, which is what they're requested. Tasks, first task, let's see the form is present. This is a command called VGS research. Let me show you this. So if I say set to server A, if I do VGS research, it's there. Okay, of course I need to be sudo to do this. So this is going to tell if the research VG already exists or not. Okay, it's going to show us if the research VG already exists. If it's absent, for example, if I go to server B, VGS research, it's not found. Okay, so if I get this message, then I know that VG does not exist. So this is the command. This is the VG to look for. Okay, if it does not, this is going to do the command. And it's going to store here the status, if it's present or if it's absent. If it's absent, it's going to say does not exist. Okay, if it's present, then it's going to create the VG. Okay, on the VG volume group, it's going to create the L of the logical volume with this size. So If it exists, it's going to store the result of this action in this variable. I'm going to call it a variable. If it's failed, it gives you the message. Okay. If it's present, creates the logical volume with 1500 megabytes. Now I'm going to store this information there so I can use it later to know that the VG is created. Now, here I'm going to check to see if the logical volume is created or not. And it's going to pop this message if the LV status shows that not enough space. Okay? Cool. And then we format. If this did not fail, it will format. So see if it's present. If it's present, create the LV. If it's absent, show me the error. If it doesn't have space for 1500, it creates 800 and formats. Okay. Now we can just go on Ansible playbook. So let's go back to server A just for a second. If I do LVS, I don't see any. This is just the ones I already have. So let's compare before and after. So Ansible playbook, syntax check, LVM, and we can do a quick syntax check. I know it works because I have tested this, but it does not hurt to do. Looks fine. And we can just let it rip. In theory, all my playbooks work because I have tested them. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Skipping, so it skips this one. It's good because it has created it. So you go there, sudo LVS, and you have the data on the data LV on the research volume group, and with 1.5 megabytes. Is it formatted? Let's see. So let's see, BLKID, for example, BLKID with the sudo. Come on! There we go. It just needed some motivation. I'm tired, man. I've been recording for the last 4 hours. Where the F is it? There it is. It's formatted. It's fine. Task 9 is done. I have been recording for so long. I have to did so many retakes because something wrong. No audio, no video, whatever. But I love you guys. I do this for you. Like, subscribe, comment. It helps. And I'll see you next one.